Hello everyone, it's February 9, 2021, and you're watching me, Nikki, you also known as Face Trader, and this is the Philippine Market Update. So let's begin. It's a Tuesday. All right, so the Philippine market seems to be on an uptrend. It's now trading at 41 points higher, 7,065. It's up 0.58%. Let's look at the market stats first. All right, index first. All right, your market value today is up 11.7 billion. That tells you that the market is strong. 215,000 number of trades, advancers are 127, and you've got 104 decliners. You've got foreign net buying of about 500 million, so you are seeing some bargain hunting in the markets today. What has gained? AGI, GT Cap, SM, DMC. Let's read up on it. All right. Index movers. Let's read all the prices. SM 1,056. BDO is back 112.5. GT Cap is 561, SM Prime is 37.6, AGI is 1078, so that is a big move on your AGI. Your ICT is 126, your BPI is 86.65, your Jollibee is 185, Meralco is 294, PLDT is 1368, Pure Gold is 39.2, DMCI is 553, Metro Bank is 49.6, Ayala Corp is 800 pesos. Your FGen is 30 pesos. GG Summit 68. Robinson's Retail 57. Aboitiz Power 26 bucks. Robinson's Land 19. Emperador 10. Bloomberry 7.77. Lucia Tanner Group 14.74. Globe 2000. San Miguel Corp 127. MPI 4.3. Mega World 3.88. Security Bank 130. AEB is 43. URC is 144. Ayala Land is 40 bucks. I think the standout performer on your index is basically AGI and GT Cap. Your AGI at about 10.78 and your GT Cap at 560. So we'll see about that later. All right. Let's take a look on your stats again. All right, your top traded names in the Philippine market. Your Dito Telecom down 3% after hitting 17. Some profit taking along the way. It's now trading at 15.88. Some profit taking. Your APL rose back from the grave from 0.2 cents, now 25 cents. Note that this traveled from about 5 cents to 40 cents. Back to 20 cents, now 25 cents. It's been a trading range already from 20 cents to 30 cents. ASEN is now trading at 781. You'll notice that this is also a trading range from about 6 to 8 bucks. Maybe any rallies back to about 8 above. You've got some selling pressure. Your PHA is also back from the grave, lower below 2 last week, last couple of days. Now it's back to 3. 294 bucks right now for PHA. BDO fell to 103, now it's back 112. So you're seeing that the market has been traveling back and forth, range trading. All right, your Merrimark is 7, down to 695. Your BST is back a bit, 105 to 106. Hasn't risen yet. All right, TBGI is 37 cents to 425. Your Vol is now 290 to 84. Converge is up still, all-time highs, 1872. Abra is now 51.51. It's a penny stock, so it's 0051. Jollibee is 185. DFNN 59 million. Seems to be a new stock in the top 30 names. DFNN 556. Metro Bank is back at 50 bucks. BPI 87. MRC 52. So from 48 at 52, trading range for all of your speculative names. Ayala Land 41. ICT 125. SM Prime 1056 3760. Your AGI is 1078. Your ABA is 126. Your AC is 800 bucks. Telephone 1368. Robinson's 19. URC 144. SECB 130. JG Summit 68. DMCI is 550. Macroasia is back at 6. So let's take a look at some of your worst losers, if any. What's the biggest loser for the day? 3,000 trades, mostly on AR and Dito Telecom. Abra and Dito Telecom had some sell-offs for the day. Top gainers, let's take a look. Top gainers, big gainers for your APL, TBGI, some big gainers on your PHA, and Vol. What else is strong? Yeah, those are your top winners with volume for the day. APL, PHA, TBGI, and Vol. Yeah, so you still have a lot of people trading speculative names. On an 11 billion peso market, the top traded names still reside Most of them, 3 billion. Wait, actually, let's calculate the value traded. Dito, Telecom, 2.8 billion pesos. Seems like a dynamite sell-off today. You've got APL, a billion pesos. ASIN, a billion pesos. Roughly 4 billion, sorry, 2.8 plus 1.8, that would be CPMLAC, roughly. So you've got about 5 billion pesos today traded in about 3 names. Let's just increase that. 2.8 plus 1.8 is about 4.6 plus about 500 million your PHA. So about 5 billion. Roughly half of the total value traded off the market is situated in Dito, APL, ASEAN, and FA. However, as you'll notice, Dito has been taking profits from that movement rotated to your APL and FA. That's kind of clear from your value traded turnover. There's a rotation happening. All right, let's take a look more on your analytics. Let's take a look at your analytics, your 52-week highs for the year. All shares, let's take a look at that. It's January, so February. All right, who are your 52-week highs of the year? So from a 52-week high perspective, with volume naman, let's take a look at the ones with volume. All right, so your Luciatan group is in the 52-week high zone. Your Converge is in the 52-week high zone. Your AGI is trying to hit that 52-week highs. Your SMICTs, your Wilcons, PBCom, SPRIM, BPI, BKR, MPI trying, but there's actually a lot of range resistances on these names. Let me see further. 52-week high percentage. We'll see. Globe, PLDT. Nope. Year to date, high and low. I want to see like the percentage, year to date high. Okay, percentage-wise, your Prim DWC, all right. So we're seeing that the Palawan stock is really doing the most movements for the year. DWC and Converge. So some people are asking, Nikki, if nickel and ASEN are your awesome 2020 picks, what are your awesome 2021 picks? I think that nickel and ASEN will continue to outperform this year. However, there might be some trading ranges after their special performance 2020. However, for 2021, kind of check out what's happening with DWC, Discovery World Company, Discovery World Shores Corporation, as well as Converge. So Converge might actually give you a huge move. Now, some Filipinos seem to see that an extension move of Vol and Dito could be rallying, but I'm not quite sure about that. Although I'm not really sure about my opinion. Anyway, this is just my opinion. I think that this is correct. AGI running up to the percentage yearly highs could be a value play. You've got AGI moving on the upturn. Let's take a look at your AGI. First, your AGI owns your Emperador. This is a breakout move, 960, now trading at 1080. You're seeing that it has consolidated for quite a while. It's been about a few months already. This is January, December, January, February. So about 3 months consolidating between a lows of $9 and a high of about $11. Can this go back to about 13, 14? Looks like it. I think that the market is trying to make a prime time move on your AGI. So very clearly in the last 3 months, AGI has a support at 9, has a resistance at 11. Will this break above 11? If it does, it's going to be about 12 to 13 to 14 movement. So typically it could move here. The first resistance would be 14. Now we also saw today DWC continuing to go higher. So DWC and Converge continues to be the all-time high move. So in the last 5 years, 7 years, we do think that Discovery World Corporation is finally getting itself on a valuation re-rating with Palawan Shores and a lot of Boracay, Siargao, all the islands, real estate properties. Put this on your watch list if you still don't have it. I think that the volumes are there. The valuations are picking up. Kind of good to actually check up on it. Discovery World Corporation, we have like some Awesome 10X reviews on it. Just check the website Awesome 10X for Discovery World Corporation. Now for Converge, we also discussed this. Earnings-wise looks good. Broadband internet connectivity made a breakout of 16.8 primarily because of good numbers, 100% revenue growth. So I think that the market wants to pay up a premium for the companies in the Philippines that are trying to find trying to find increased subscription and helping the broadband connection of the Filipinos. So this might actually be a pick for this 2021. All right, so what about what's happening on our 2021, 2020 picks like Nicolasia? Well, Nicolasia continues to be on an uptrend. You'll notice in the last 3 months, it has just consolidated. The low was about 450, the high was about 6. You might see this continually trading range like a continuation format. However, we don't see it ending. I don't see this ending, and it's going to go higher eventually. So you're just consolidating after a magnanimous 140 to $6 move, which is times 4. So yeah, and then ASEAN also is doing a trading range. What you're seeing here is that a trading range is happening from as low as $5 to as high as about $10. So 5 to 10 seems to be your trading range on your AC energy. Now, we did mention that these companies seem to be in a trading range. Notice that this movement the last 5 months is actually already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, from about 20 centavos to as high as about $3, 3 pesos. So notice that the bigger moves here have been easily done. So those who are still climbing here are still in a range. So this is just in a trading range. 160 to $3. Do see that these numbers might actually be a trading range. Just like ASEAN 5 to 10, Premier Horizon 160 to 320 seems like a trading range. So your APL is also in a trading range. Your APL in the last 5 years, you'll see that this one in the last 3 months went from as low as 3 months na lang, 5 cents to as high as about 50 cents or nearing 10x. So nonetheless, you're noticing that also with that big move, it wasn't sustained. A big drop from about 40 cents all the way to about 20 cents. So a huge move here. You'll see a trading range wherein the 16 cents, there will be resistances here at about 35 cents. Very difficult to still assume that 40 cents will happen in a short term. So the next 6 months, you still will see that trading range action. Now, with Macro Asia, still see a trading range action for this name. The last 3 months, you'll notice that it's still stuck within about lows of about $5 and a high of 9. So expect a range trade on Macro Asia 5 to 9. Cebu Pacific, let's take a look at that. Cebu Pacific are reopening theme. So we're going to put BWC in our reopening theme because it's a hotel, and hotels are still going to have, especially a tourist destination like Palawan, would be a great attractive opportunity, both from a hotel tourism side, but also on the valuation of those real estate Palawan assets. So Cebu Air is actually in the last 3 months still in a trading range from as low as about 47 to as high as about 58. So I don't think that you could get this below 47. Very clearly, there seems to be a lot of buyers, 45 low. So between 45 to 57 or a 50% range, might see the Cebu Pacific is going to be in a 50% range for the next 3 to 6 months. But it's good enough. Now, AGI, what is the range here? Well, you should be happy if you can still get AG at about 9 to 10. But those who don't have it, perhaps 10.5 is fine for a move back to about 13 or even just here about 12, 13, 14. This one looks to be a very bullish candle to me. AGI continuing the further movement, especially because we already know that this consolidation from as low as about 750 below has been accumulated for how many months? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. So 7 months accumulation on your AGI. Let's take a look at your Robinsons Retail. People are asking, why is happening Robinsons Retail falling down? Yes, for the last 7 months since March, it seems as if we get an opportunity to get one of the biggest, well, not really the biggest, but just one of the biggest supermarkets, retail stores, and the owner of the generics pharmacy and the owner of the South Star Drug. So there's a lot of assets inside Robinsons Retail Holdings that might actually present to us a valuation that's too much, too irresistible to pass up. So at 57, indeed that you might have some resistances. You're at about 70 pesos, but if it's worth 80 bucks, you've got a low of about very low risk, 55 bucks. If it breaks, so what? You've got more buyers at 44, 55 all the way to 44. Who cares? It's going to go 85 eventually. So the lower it goes, the better your risk reward. Take note as well that Jollibee didn't give us an entry at 170 bucks. The low that it only made was 175.6. So looks like Jollibee is actually on a way up trend. You'll notice that this drop from 207 all the way to 175 is a good, healthy correction. And this is actually already starting to go up back to about 210 all the way to about 230 to 240. So for those who don't have any ideas on what to buy in the Philippine market, try to find pullbacks on a very strong run like Jollibee did, and very strong buyers here at about 175 to 180. Even buying at 185 should be okay as long as you're just buying 3 to 5% or at most 15% of your portfolio, so that whether it goes down or goes up, you do see that the risk reward is really on the favorable to the bull side. Now, for the property segment, we have discussed that FLI gives about 6% dividends a year, and at 97 cents, it was too high yield, too much value, too hard to pass up. So at about 95 cents and below, people were buying and accumulating here. Notice that in the last 3 months, Philinvest has just consolidated from as low as 107 to as high as about 1.19. So far, we did see that Philinvest land is getting some action on the upside, a breakout of 120, because there's no news actually. So Philinvest land is going up because people might see that there is a value play here on this property. So that said, there's still that resistance here at about 140 and 145, 150. Very strong resistances still remains here. Now, for the women out there, it's upcoming Valentine's Day. Want to know that women seems to still be continuing to shop, and we still believe in our SSI buy call. At 118 below, we were saying that this was a great opportunity to accumulate your SSIs. This drop back to that area of about 124 should be a great opportunity to continue to buy it, whether you bought it here or here. I think that in the long term, your Anton Huang has the values of your CEO Anton Huang is actually a third generation Chinese Tantoko family heir. And so he understands this whole movement, this whole pivot of everyone shopping online, the Instagram fever. And you could see that happening in trunk.ph. So trunk.ph is actually an SSI. This is an SSI Life brand, and you can actually buy so many things, launching the brands, sales, etc. So it's Valentine's Day. The guys, the girls, you want to buy gifts to your loved ones. You might actually not want to cheapskate them by buying from Shopee. Try to buy something branded for them. May it be companies from Michael Todd's Beauty Bar, Plant Apothecary, Calm Down. You buy Lush, the Sport Sack. Buy some Nine West aerosols, Women's Secret, Cortefile, Debenhams, Echo Coco, Beauty Bar. I mean, you've got everything, even your Zara, your Bali, your Hackett London, your Boss, your Kate Spade New York. So at the end of the day, I think that you want to see that Filipinos want to feel good. Smashbox, Beauty Bar. These are brands that are very conveniently able, that makes you able to shop online. And of course, you can buy your Shake Shack Philippines also. Just order it straight. Shake Shack Philippines is, of course, owned by Mr. Anton Huang yet again, because only great brands reside inside SSI, Source Specialist Inc. Of course, they were the ones who can afford to be a franchisee, because Shake Shack has franchisees, partners all over the world, because quality is important. So how about you believe in love at first bite? How about giving some Shake Shack hamburgers to your loved ones this Valentine's Day? Oh, by the way, let me plug my brother who opened the Saturday Goose, Hong Kong Roast Duck and Goose. So it's coming, Chinese New Year, February 11, 12, 14. Okay, it's sold out already for 11, but you can still order 12, 13, 14. The Saturday Goose is just 2,200 bucks for a duck, one whole duck, and 3,500 pesos for one whole goose. And a lot of people said that the Saturday Goose is truly like delivering Hong Kong, the taste of Hong Kong, right here in Manila. So how to order, menu, and reviews, just click reviews. So the Saturday Goose, this is what it looks like. Happy weekend. So happy Chinese New Year in advance. We don't have trading, guys, on February 15. So this is the Saturday Goose. Very good. Whether you want to buy goose or duck, I hope that you love it. Here's a creative idea for a meal from Saturday Goose leftovers. So you do miswa. You can also do some Saturday red duck curry. Thai curry is very good. So one of our clients actually gave us some duck curry. So the leftovers, because one whole duck might be something that you won't consume in one sitting. You can use like roast duck noodle soup, Thai duck curry, and so forth. I think like the Thai curry was very good. Somebody sent us that. So delivering Hong Kong's premium roast duck and goose in a box delivers every Saturday only. But for special occasions, let's say you really want to give something for February 14 is a Sunday. It's not a Saturday, but of course for special occasions, you could order. So Feb 12, 13, 14, it's available. Just Viber them. Menu, how to order. Everything is done online. All right, so let me now see whether you've got comments, questions. Let's take a look. What's FA? Soft launch for crypto this weekend. Well, FA's already risen, and to be honest, the Philippine markets really want like exposure this, exposure that. But personally, I said in my Awesome 10X channel that a crypto exposure is really on BNB Binance. I don't know about you, but if you're buying stocks or crypto, it's really BNB. I mean, personally, I think that it's Binance. So Binance already rose from about 46 to 94. And remember, during the Robinhood movement, that was about 43 here. So you can probably just buy straight Binance, straight from your eToros or straight from your Binance account yourself. So I'm not quite sure about the Philippine stocks that's trying to go secular trend, because like they're trying to compete with global leaders. That's the thing. About like fintech, I always said that I'd prefer Ant Financial because GCash will allow you to buy local stocks, global stocks eventually. So they actually said that let's just go to GCash. So in a way, actually GCash is GCash official. This is actually a subsidiary of Ant Financial. So I shared it actually that you could buy local stocks and global stocks with your GCash. Everybody loves GCash. So this is like the SoFi of the Philippines in my view. And it gives you like loans. It allows you to buy your Shopee, pay it with GCash, get a food delivery, pay it with GCash. So I think that FA would have quite a lot of competition. Narratives there, but narrative is not exactly execution. So me, I'd say that make money while you can, but if it's a long-term play, I think the long-term movement, the one that I'm willing to make money while sleeping, would be Binance, SoFi, which is listed abroad. BNB is listed on its own crypto exchange. Is Frutas and BSC a buy now? Frutas, we gave the opinion that the Mr. Jimmy Ting actually bought a lot of Frutas from the owner, Mr. Lester Yu, as a sign of confidence. However, this guy bought 168, so the owner had a lot of reason to buy all the shares 130 below to get that spread, which is 50 million shares at 38 cents discount. You, as an owner, would roughly buy everything out in the market at least 50 million pesos worth. Now, however, I did say that all the companies worldwide have to be delivery first. So Frutas, if they are relying so much on foot traffic, because this is a kiosk, they'd still have to pivot somehow. So like most everyone in the world needs to be a delivery first entrepreneur. You need to be a delivery first. If you're thinking omni-channel approach, which is great because you have to survive omni-channel, you have to have very good marketing, very good social media presence, and very good way to deliver. So this is Fruta Shakes. Okay. Personally speaking, I don't need to order my milk, my mango shakes because so all right, so they've got nothing but the freshest, pure coconut juice, Frutas premium ice cream. In the Instagram market, there's just so many competition when you are selling something that is quite a commodity. Now, you might say, no, fruit shakes is not a commodity. Well, for some people, fruit shakes are a commodity. So it's not like so hard to make a mango shake at home. Unlike, example, you asked me to make okay, so I think in terms of Frutas lineup, Sabrosas might be a harder thing to do. Sabrosa is their brand, right? Sabroso Lechon. This might be better because how many people can just buy lechon anywhere, di ba? So, hari ng Noche Buena. So, these are the more, in my view, the higher margin product rather than the flagship brand, which is Frutas. Now, yung mga mahirap gawin, like Jamaican patty, sige, pwede yan. All of that is actually within the Frutas lineup. So, I'm not bullish, but I'm not bearish. What I need to see is, are there really enough sales in this world transitioning on this, how should I say this? Doing this delivery food market, no? So, example, it's the same when it comes to Max's Pizza, Max's Chicken, and all of these, no? Max's Chicken, was at Pancake House. Important yung delivery. Important yung presence mo. And in my view, mas magaling sa tingin ko, personally, tingin ko, parang mas magaling si Shakey's Pizza. Si Shakey's Pizza, ang daming promotion, text ng text sa akin, peri-peri. Kasi, you know, Filipinos, you need to still tell them to order. And, tingnan mo lang, and Shakey's Pizza has been franchised outside to Singapore. So within the restaurant industry, I'd say that yes, Jollibee is doing very well in this transitional stage. Ito, Shakey's Pizza, willing ako to bet here. 7.5 below, I think, is a buy, all the way to about 6.9. We had a buy reco here on Shakey's Pizza early on. Sakto to, consolidation from 850, heavy correction 20%, all the way to 7 pesos to 7.40. Buy this up. So Shakey's Pizza is a buy. I think it's a buy. All right. So parang paganda, nagpapaganda ako. Parang naman mumukha akong okay sa inyo. Hi, how about DFNN? Aba, please. Yeah, so I don't know much about this. Nagkataon na today nasa most active si DFNN, no? Top 30. Sige, pag-usapan natin to. DFNN. Nag-breakout siya with volume, 511, 271 higher lows in the last 5 years. Maraming resistance sa 850 and 1050. Alright, 5 years lang to meron pa minsan 10 years na resistance dyan. So maraming resistance to 650. I don't know much about them, so let's take a look at the news. BFNN news. Ano bang news? It has signed the deal. May sinign siyang deal kailan? The FNN shares climb on an online license agreement. This is December 14, 2020. What else are the news? Business world. Let's read. The proliferation of illegal online has prompted the gaming PAGCOR to repeatedly issue warnings betting on any illegal gaming platform is a crime. ANI buys into the payment unit of DFNN via share swap deal. One of its financial platforms, acquiring 51% of Pay8 Inc. So actually, this is more positive on Agri-Nurture kasi Agri-Nurture is buying and DFNN is selling a payment unit. DFNN incorporates a acquisition unit, further acquisition. They're eyeing R&D. So what are they gonna do? The R&D budget is 9 digits, 100 million pesos. What will you do here? Pogos are not their priority. All right. Ano ba priority nila? Ano ba priority nila? Payment? Buys into payment unit. Pay8, share swap. The deal is 380 million pesos. Due diligence by ANI to reach the farmers in the unserved rural areas of the country. It's majority owned by Hatch Asia, supplying software and technology to many gambling firms. Hatch Asia are primarily engaged in IT, various industries. The fintech platform will be introduced to reach farmers mostly in unserved rural areas. And ANI will buy it up, 71 million shares at 140 million pesos. It will acquire also Hatch Asia at 5 pesos a piece. So, lotto provider, expand InstaWin. That's the business, puro lotteries. I'm not a big, online license agreement. So they got their online gaming and they got a boost after they had an online gaming platform. interactive entertainment solution, the first licensed to operate an online gaming platform. In Play is the new remote gaming platform, representing a significant measure towards regenerating revenues for the government. All right. Personally, parang Playtika lang to. May IPO na sa abroad eh. Playtika IPO. So kung gaming ka, meron ka naman, may secular trend ka kasi marami naman talagang nag-games ng online. So siguro mga slot machines ba yan? Parang ganito, slot machine, ganito ba yung itsura ng business niya? Ganito ba business niya? Mga casino. Partner ni Playtika, mga casinos eh. So same yan sa mga movements nila GAN, same yan sa mga movements nila scientific games. So okay lang, so I'm okay, but it's not super good. I mean, DFNN is just fine. On the news on Bita, wait, you asked me about global market stocks on global market. It's 30 minutes already. I'll be very fast here. Let me just quickly check which questions are here. Comment on ASEX. I don't know anything about ASEX. Technology, weekly charts, heavy volume. Entry for DWC, please. All right, let me answer tech and DWC. Tech, we said, is parang ano, diba? Kintel yung mga pinag-usapan nila. So, 5G, na they're raising money. So, ayan, for the last 5 years, tulog pa rin from about 70 pesos all the way to 7 pesos or 90% down. But volume has been picking up for the last how many months? Since January 31 or 12 months. Let's see, for the last 12 months, tulog siya sa 7. This one seems to be in the apathy zone, pero may news na nangyayari dito. So, Certec could actually be a company na may preferred kasi to eh, preferred shares. They raised 5 billion, diba? $20 million is how much? 1 billion pesos. So, they raised 1 billion pesos through a private placement. So, they're trying to do that for their 5G Kintel, no? That's their reason, diba? Raising $67 million. So they've been raising money for the last how many years? Tech shares, kapalit nun. Sige, basahin natin. But I think that the risk is very low at 7. Could be 6, diba? But if you're correct, the reward might be 10. From a charting standpoint, looks like this is more favorable to the bulls. So maraming resistance, sure. The first resistance is 13. This is also resistance at 11, but the risk is probably just 5. So if you can tolerate buying at 5 to 7 for a risk reward of 11 to 13, pwera na lang kung mag-25, swerte na yun. So ito yun. What did they say? The intention is to offer 2 billion shares to qualified buyers for listing. The offering is to increase Cameron's ownership stake, particularly for Kintel USA, Certec Electronics, and Certec Advanced Group. So, manufacturing various technologies. Parang same sila eh. Si Tech and si IMI, same sila. So, Philippines, very few semiconductors. So, maybe people are trying to spin that, all right, Tech, IMI, the only semiconductor companies in the Philippines. Well, you can argue SSP, but practically wala na yatang bumibili sa kanila. Did Samsung renew with them ba? Or wala na rin yung kliyenteng yun? Are they still client or hindi na? What's the name of that? That SSP? What's the name of that company? SSP Semiconductor. SFA Semicon Philippines. May kliyente pa ba to or lahat ng kliyente umalis na? Philippines clients. Dati Samsung, di ba? Our world-class partnership. Client mo pa ba? Baka umalis na. Since 2018, Jun Sangkang, news-wise, let me see news. Proceed with Pampamgas Philippines facility. That's 2017, that's 2018. What's the most recent news here? 2020. Okay, about us, investors, clients, strategic partnership. Alam mo, ni-name drop lang nila to. Name drop yan. Kasi, kung clients mo talaga to, dapat nasa 10x move ka eh. Kasi ang daming orders ng NVIDIA ngayon eh. Let me see your Let me see what are your annual report. Sige nga, 2019, di mo man lang in-upload 2020. 1 year ago pa to. 1 year ago pa to. Edge. Just wanna check. I just wanna know what they reported. February 8, material informations and transactions. Reporting, wala pa. Quarterly report, December 10, 2020, press release. Let me see. All right, so net income of $8 million. All right, so far they have net income. And then the Clark-based Freeport Semiconductor Outsourced Assembly, gross revenues of $250 million, not bad. Despite COVID pandemic, President Jun Sang-kang said that we are able to still grow, taking advantage of PC and mobile memory markets. All right, so production output of DRAM. SSP has been driven by global marketing, cost efficiency, plans to continue its strategies and plans. All right, so may $250 million pa naman siya na revenues. And that means they still have earnings. Magkano? They earned 8 million. So about 3% margin. Quarterly reports, basa. US dollar, may assets, may liabilities, lumiit, good job. Okay, so okay naman. This might be neglected by the market. Looks like it's okay naman. Reported in Philippine peso. Kulang lang sa pag-report, no? Kulang lang sa pag-report. Press release. Record revenues. Why? We maintained our momentum. Global semiconductor sales were flat. Corporations, SFA, Korea, SSP becoming the group anchor. All right, 420 million units became 525 different memory products. Total production of DRAM memory modules, gross 445 million units. Tingnan natin DRAM memory modules. So this is the main business of SSP. Mga ganito. DRAM. What is a DRAM module? It's a collection of dynamic random access memory chips assembled on circuit boards. Flash memory retains data regardless of the power supply. All right, DRAM memory modules forecast. Market share size, what is it for? Maybe delete the next year, boding ill. Used where? Used for? What is a DRAM? Where is it commonly used? Commonly used for modern computers and graphics cards. Is DRAM and RAM the same? So same nga. So RAM. Dynamic RAM, static RAM, basta keeping data memory. Memory modules. All right, got it. Sige. So how much is the market cap of SSP today? SFA, Semiconductor, Philippines, market cap. Market cap is 3.2 billion pesos. That's about, kano yun? $60 million, roughly. 70 million. Sabi mo 60 to 70 million dollars. Okay, so 3.2 billion pesos, you're earning about, your sales is about $250 million. And then you've got $8 million of income in a quarter. Sa puto, you're earning, tama ba? $8 million a year or $8 million a quarter? 6, Singapore listing, luma to sa DFNN to. Nagawa ba nila? 2020. Acquiring the China Sky Chemical Fiber. What do they want to do? Okay. Magulo si magulo si DFNN. Hindi ko maintindihan kung ano business eh. May China Sky Chemical Fiber, meron Australian casino operator, offshore gaming operations. Medyo magulo. Ito naman, si SFA Semicon, kumikita siya, pero hindi lang siya maingay. Di lang siya maingay, honestly. So, pwede naman. So, in the last 5 years, kung kumita naman siya, all right, it's very clear that you've got resistance here at about 1.96. Nag-recover ka from a low 50 cents. May support ka rito sa mga 1.5, 1.3. Can it go back to $2? We'll see. Next earnings quarter siguro. But so far, okay naman pala siya. Trading range lang to. So trading range, every time nag-drop, 130, may buyer. 130 has been supported, but there's also a strong resistance at 170. Wala, ang liit eh. Ang pangit ng range, oh. Buy here, sell there. Nasa chop-chop mode. Super long na yung segment. I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. APL, I think resistance at about 30 cents. So it's a trading range. DWC, I think that you've got a very solid buyer at about 3.2 to 4.8. Right now, all-time high. So usually, all-time high moves, you just really cost average to eh. So ito, the greed mode, wala pa sa euphoria mode. Nasa greed lang. May konting euphoria, nag 594, nag 20% in a single day. Pero from a month-on-month move, maraming support dito. Sa 1-month support mo, resistance mo here at 350 to 430. Mukhang ano na to, solid base to. Tong 350 to 430. So ano to, higher base, parang Darvas lang. Higher base, rectangle here, rectangle there. So if you're buying 460 to 540, looks to be a support area. So may buyers within the 460 to 540 area. All right, thank you guys. Should I average up? Mukhang trading range si APL. Like if you bought at about 21 cents, parang sell din siya sa 30 cents eh. I mean, chamba kung mag 45, diba? May selling ka dito 33 cents. May buyer dito, 21 cents. Dito, nag-consolidate. Pero may resistance to eh. May resistance 30 eh. 30 above may resistance. Ingat lang, I don't like to average up eh. You just buy near support then, pag umangat, tapon din. Merrimark looks to be distribution din. Range. Lahat yan range trade eh. Mas maganda for me, chart-wise, yung shaky speeds. Ayaw nag-consolidate. So, 750 below is okay. Robinson's Retail, okay din. Risk-reward. Matagal siya, slow money. But I like slow money. Yung matutulog lang ako. Bilhin ko, tulog ako, tapos na. Don't really care. Alright, thank you. Bye-bye.